yourself vol number 4. If only we can learn from yesterday, today and prepare for a better tomorrow, not for ourselves alone, but for those to come, then the healing place and the troubled minds will be at rest. Ras Flaco Tafari. Irations by Ras Flaco Tafari. Check Yourself volume number 4. Written by Ras Flaco Tafari. Image layout by Ras Flaco Tafari. Distributed by Wise Mind Publications. Copyright symbol Wise Mind Publications. All rights reserved. Part of this publication may be reproduced or stored without prior permission of the publisher. Be sincere without offense to other. Be not mindful of injuries, sedition, isms and schisms. Be kind one to the other without grudging. Always be ready to do good work. Be engaged in virtuous conversation and remember, in all things, show the love for Jah Rastafari and Empress Menen, whose commandments are written upon the tablets of the high. It was an act of injustice when the Bible was modified at the Council and forced upon the African. Many attempts were made by colonial master to erase the memory of the African and to indoctrinate them with Bible stories of a God in the sky. This could not be realized for over 500 years of oppression. Give thanks to Jah Rastafari that our DNA is still intact, to trod down the press of oppression, to fight for equal rights and justice, to set the captives free. Many more, that is the reason, and many more will have to die. That is the reason why the fittest of the fit will survive this Armageddon. Are you ready, or now prefer to be a door peep? Come mek we bun a fear. And purify the place, bun out bad mind. And corruption, our hatred and wickedness in high and low places, bun out brainwashed church and state. Full time to clean up the house, fence up the judgment and stay calm. So that when the nations of the world are trying to shuffle round the life teachings of Qdamawi Haile Selassie, hold your peace, and know that when he lightning flash, and the earth to rock, men and people's credibility will no longer be intact. I give thanks for the ones who can find their bread, yet why despise some of their bread upon the water? Why despise those without a bread? Know that charity start at home. So give and don't count the cost. A willing giver will always be blessed. So don't be the doubtful Thomas, be reminded that the stone that the builder refused will be the head cornerstone. Life is a journey, not an obstacle course, wise sky with red lines and restrictions. If the mentality of ones is just to trot to a bingy and chant and hope for salvation, sing your way the same as going to church, and sing your way to heaven or Zion. Now to avoid confusion you should read the Bible and find the truth for yourself, and that Qdamawi Haile Selassie is Jah Rastafari, and not Jesus. Then you will be able to remove yourself from this imposed colonial mentality once and for all. It is good to give thanks for life and for the blessings for the day. O Jah Rastafari, keep me on this straight and narrow way, be mine the enemies, my shield and defense, and when the enemies raise up drive them dem away. When bad thoughts rise up, let the good thoughts have their way. Energize my mind, soul and body with your love. Let your blessings shine abundantly on my life, so that I will forever be living testimony of your divine presence, all days. Good health is not only necessary for the well-being and happiness of man, but also a fundamental prerequisite. Just as education ensures promotion of man's knoll edge in all fields of endeavor, so does proper medical care helps in safeguarding and promoting his physical and mental growth. The preservation of health is a duty. Few seem conscious that there is a thing as no morality, are sagacious words worth noting here. Qdamawi Haile Selassie. If you can be your psychiatrist and decode, you will be able to ease your pain. Failing that, you may end up doing the unthinkable. Then all those who have caused pain will say, I am sorry. If you choose to be a martyr in the name of God, and you also claim God is the life giver and the architect of the world, will your human sacrifice draw you closer to your God above or below the? I want to know. The bishops of Nicene on a majority vote approved the Immaculate Conception and the virgin birth of Jesus Christ. Do we as Rastafari AC, and now play church, let us follow the golden example. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you, serve. No man or woman is their own keeper. Any time your enemies rise up against you, call unto Jah. Any time Satan and his angels stand in your way, call upon Jah. Just can't make bread from stones. Now that you know my story, please allow I man to take what is mine. You can't know the truth and have no liberty. Know that the real Rasta man is not afraid to show his identity. Now that we know that Christianity is stained with the red blood of our African ancestors, the church wash away this stain until it become as white as snow. Rastafari is uniformity in diversity in a multi-ethnic world. Rastafari is also liberty made practical, so let there will be no stagnation, evil continuous fight against the forces of good and evil, fully knowing that the good will triumph, as we tackle our minds from this mental slavery of strange religious ritual and dogmas. Remember, when you are on the king's duty you must hold your composure at all times. Don't yield to the temptation of heckling or insults. Don't fly off into a tantrum. Maintain your cool and show character and integrity at all. How can you be Rastafari without a sense of purpose? How can you be Rastafari without knowing I story of friend, and how can you be Rastafari because of friend and company, or of lover's leap? How can you be Rastafari just because you want to smoke herbs, eat it all, grow dreadlocks, and flash its gold and green? How can you be Rastafari without knowing the inscient liberty? How can you be Rastafari without Menin, Qdamawi Haile Selassie, and Empress Menin? Why chant and rebel in the music, and not teach the children truth? Why give a blind eye to what is important and open the eyes to trivial things? To speak of reparation and repatriation, it should not be mere words. When will justice denied be served? We must not erase the past, but refuse to live in the past. Let this be our day to unshackle ourselves and be of self-worth. Song, when what will be your freedom song when the chains of poverty bind you to the slave master's whip? Whenever you choose to live Rastafari, it is a journey for life. You may be separated from your family or friends. It is always good to clean and let your works be seen. Within the spirituality of Rastafari, Inai will mash down all barriers in Inai way, clear all misconceptions, tie-ins out of Inai head space and chase the devil away. If you are awakened into this spiritual consciousness through the revelation of Qdamawi Haile Selassie, you will surely know who is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords and the conquering Lion of Judah. It is proper to cease the argument with men and people and now live in righteousness. If we keep reminding ourselves of the bitterness in this life, what will become of us when the acid of hatred eats out our mind, body, and soul? We should by all means forgive, not forget. Our life should not reflect the images of the harsh brutalities of suffering. We must by all means try to live with renewed hope. Fret not yourself because of evildoers, neither be envious against the workers of iniquity, for they shall cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb. Trust in Jah Rastafari and do good, and you will dwell in the land and be fed. Give yourself in Jah Rastafari, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Psalm 37, 1-4.